Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just wanted to run through my questions, or my question and answer poll. Gonna give you the answer. Sorry I haven't made a video for a long time. I recently got back from the worst vacation of my life, so I've just been kind of enjoying my home life. But yeah, I got a good amount of questions from you guys. I'm really glad that I got actually comments on this video. And yeah, I'll just get right into it. Quapex asked me, what games do I play and do I bet on MMA? I've never actually bet on MMA. The only thing I've ever bet on is football. And that was only like $5 or maybe $10 just to win $25 or $50. And what games do I play? I play Pokemon like a boss. I also play Black Ops sometimes. I've been digging Mortal Kombat the last few days. I play the wrestling games. I like wrestling. I play All Stars and I'll play SmackDown vs. Raw from time to time. And yeah, all the Call of Duties pretty much. EMMA, UFC, big fan of those. I was like a level 107 before the patch on UFC. And I believe I'm like a purple belt in EA. Didn't play that too much because the spam and shit kind of ruined it for me. Nonji Tut asked, how long have I worn glasses? Good to hear from you, man. You have actually a few questions. Long-time YouTube friend right here. And how long have I worn my glasses? I got glasses in 8th grade, I believe, when I was 13. That was 3 years ago. And I didn't wear them. They weren't name brand, really. They were kind of weird looking. They have these weird tiger prints inside, and I was embarrassed. I was really concerned with what I looked like to my peers at that time. So I didn't really start wearing my glasses till freshman year when I started over. And now I rock the shit out of my glasses. If you can't see, they're Ray-Bans. So yeah, I rock my glasses all the time. How many more wins does Tito have left in him? You probably know he just replaced Rashad in the main event of UFC 130, or not Rashad, why do I keep saying that? Phil Davis in the main event of UFC 133. He looked great against Ryan Bader. Kind of the same style matchup. Ryan, he doesn't have his... he has better wrestling than Ryan, I believe, and better hands. But Tito looked great with his hands last fight. I believe he could probably strike with Rashad, get the best of him. I actually think he won the first fight. That point really wasn't... It didn't deserve to be taken away, so it was pretty much a 29-28 for Ortiz. And yeah, I can see him. I wanted to see him actually the winner of Rich Franklin and Little Nog maybe, or even Vladimir Matyushenko. Those sounded like really great fights to me. And fights he could win. This fight seems maybe, I don't know if it's too soon for him. Ryan Bader was top 10, so I think Tito is probably in the top 10 right now, which is crazy to think about. And I could see him making a run at the title, to be honest. Maybe he could go for a few more years. I can actually see him going for a few more years, so maybe 5, 6 more, no, maybe 4 wins, I believe. UFC 132 frontrunner for card of the year. Hell yeah, it was a great card. Many knockouts on it. Big name fighters. There was like Melvin, even on the prelims. Melvin Gillard should be in the main card for sure. George Soteropoulos was in the prelims. Dos Anjos, and there was a lot of guys I knew in the prelims. It was great to watch. If it loses, I don't really know what it would lose to. I believe UFC on Versus 4 was a great card. Pat Barry knockout was pretty epic. So maybe that can take card of the year. Who wins in Conant versus Fitch? God, Conant and Fitch, it seems like a great matchup. I'm not sure if this fight's going to happen. It was actually supposed to happen when Conant he asked for Fitch accepted, and Conant dropped out. Not sure why that happened. I've been reading a lot on Twitter. Conant versus Fitch is going to happen. BJ versus Fitch 2 is going to happen. BJ versus Conant is going to happen. I'm not sure what's going on, if this fight's actually going to happen, but if it does happen, it's a fun thing to think about, to be honest. Conant, he's been looking great. Dong Hyun Kim couldn't hold him down, and he's been looking really great. Fitch, he's always, the grinder kind of. He doesn't have bad hands, but it's just really a fun thing to think about, because Fitch normally wears guys down, and Conant's not the type to get really worn down in a fight. Like, he's not going to let someone just lay on him. I can see him attacking off his back a lot. And I don't think he could finish Fitch. Fitch is a really tough guy. Conant can knock anyone out pretty much, but I don't think he could knock Fitch out. I remember that punch right GSP clocked him with. He couldn't finish him either. So I don't know. I can definitely see 29-28 for Conant. Just Fitch probably getting the best of him in the third round. And that's the way I probably see it. I can actually see Conant besting Fitch 29-28 decision. A Life for Takedown asked, hi man, what got me into MMA? Glad to see this question. Good to hear from you. great YouTuber. If you guys don't know him, you should go check him out. What got me into UFC or MMA was my mom watching the UFC tapes when I was younger. She would always make me sit there and watch Royce Gracie and stuff, and it was weird when I was younger. I didn't really like it, but it did start growing on me. My mom was always like, "Oh, fuck him up," always yelling mean things. But it was weird to see all these things happen. I remember I started like watching a little bit more when FSN would show the reruns of Pride. I started liking it a lot, but what really got me into MMA was IFL. I don't know if you guys remember IFL. IFL was like a big team-based organization where they had all-time like greats of the sport, like coaching teams, people who have accomplished something in the sport. And I think I thought that was really cool. It was really great because I love team things, and I think it was cool to see teams fight each other like that. I really miss IFL because being the thing that really got me into MMA, that was it, and I'm sad to see it gone. What else got me in MMA? Probably Chris Lieben, and on the first season of Tough. I loved the show. I would watch it with my mom because she loved MMA. And yeah, I'm really glad my mom always shoved that stuff down my throat because I wouldn't be wanting to do any of the things I have in my life. I mean, I know on camera I look like a little fat kid. I'm not in too bad of shape. I can keep up with the best of them. I love fighting, and I'm actually gonna start training at a boxing gym soon, or if not, Arizona Combat Sports. So I know no one asked that, but I mean, yeah, I love to be active, and I can't wait to do that. And I love my mom just for getting me into the sport. I love you, Mom. Thanks for doing all that for me, because without you, I don't really know what my passion would be or my drive in life. I'd probably just be sitting on the couch playing video games all day, not caring about anything else in the world. If you could pick two MMA fighters in a dream match, who would they be? That was for my boy VREC93. Go check him out. He does skating vids and stuff. He's a good guy. Met him at school. The number one dream match I really want to see is Gilbert Melendez versus Frankie Edgar. It's really the super fight I want to see. I mean, I know we got Diaz versus GSP, but that's only because GSP really cleaned out the division. And GSP versus Anderson could be cool. I think Alistair versus Kane could be cool. I think a lot of those fights could be cool. I wouldn't be too pumped for Hendo versus Jones, or maybe Jacare versus Silva. Jacare versus Silva just sounds stupid. But yeah, I would love to see that. Edgar versus Gilbert Melendez. That just sounds great to me. They match up really well to me on paper. Maybe Eddie Alvarez. I would love to see Eddie Alvarez versus one of those two too. Those are three guys that I'm not sure why Eddie Alvarez and Gilbert Melendez haven't fought. But Gilbert Melendez, definitely, I think he could beat best Edgar. He has great wrestling. He has knockout power. He has great ground and pound. And he's not bad in the jiu-jitsu department either. I definitely believe that he has the number one spot in the world for lightweight. And that's just my opinion. It's my opinion. So if you don't like it, I mean, you can tell me who you think. I'd be more than willing to hear you out on who you think is your number one lightweight. But that's just what I think, you guys. Don't troll me or anything for that. Okay, here's my question. This is from PainGod330, one of my best loyal subscribers. Here's my question. The main one is, what do I think needs to be done to fix shitty judging in MMA? I believe they need monitors. I don't know if they already got that, but I even heard Joe Rogan say he sits right at ringside, and he can't see everything all the time. So when that's happening, he definitely needs you need monitors. And I don't think we should have all these shitty old boxing judges. Because the way you've seen fights get scored horribly, I mean, I've just seen some of the worst things in my life, and I'm not sure why. I mean, there's retired fighters already, or maybe I don't want to see washed up fighters, but I mean, if you are really having a hard time stepping away from the sport, why don't they let you guys be judges? I mean, older fighters like maybe Mark Coleman, or I know Frank Trigg's still fighting, I think, but he's commentating too. Chuck Liddell, I mean, why not get paid just to judge fights, stay close to the sport that you love, and actually help out? That seems like a great idea to me. I don't know, tell me what you guys think about that. Condit said he doesn't want to wait for a title shot. So I asked his manager on Twitter who he wanted to fight, and he said BJ. If so, who do I think BJ Penn versus Condit happens? Who do I got? Condit and the triangle with BJ Penn, Fitch, and Condit really intrigues me. It's like one of the most intriguing things I think in MMA right now. It just has my mind going, because there's so many different ways the fights could play. I mean, you could see Fitch laying on Condit for 3 rounds, but I don't think he could do that. I think Condit would be attacking off his back. Penn versus Condit could be a great stand-up war. I think Condit may be able to take BJ Penn down. BJ Penn has shown in his last few fights he hasn't been having the best takedown defense in the world. But it seems crazy to me. BJ Penn has super crisp boxing. Condit isn't no slouch in the stand-up and definitely has knockout power. We saw that against Dan Hardy. And BJ Penn definitely has power of his own. Great fighter. He's a little small for welterweight, but man, what can you do? I would love to see this fight happen. On the Twitter thing, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I've seen these triangle guys going at it, or like people are saying all sorts of things, all sorts of crazy rumors. And I would really love to see the fight happen. What would I see? I could see definitely BJ Penn maybe winning the first round and Condit getting the last two. Or maybe a crazy-ass knockout or something cool. I don't see any of these fights really being boring, in my opinion. They just seem like all great fights on paper that I would love to watch. But if I had to pick someone, maybe if we see the hardworking BJ Penn, like serious with his training, I definitely could see him winning. But I don't think he could finish Condit. Maybe if he gets a rear naked, but I don't really see him finishing Condit. Or Condit winning a decision. Or maybe a draw. It's always good to throw the draw out there. We've seen a lot of those lately. So yeah, alright, last question on his. With Jon Jones being his favorite fighter, who do you think poses the biggest chance to beat him? Because I personally think Machida, and I'd love to see that fight. I don't really think Machida would pose a great fight with Jon Jones. That's just my opinion. I like Machida, but I don't know. His style is just, it's weird, and I think it is based a lot on the karate thing where you can get in, get out. But he was fighting guys with a lot less reach. And, I mean, when you're fighting Jon Jones with an 84-inch reach, I mean, that's crazy. That's the most reach in MMA right now. Or not MMA right now, in UFC. So, I really don't know if he would be able to do that style against him. I definitely could see maybe Rashad being able to lay on him for 5 rounds, because Rashad does have good wrestling. I guess that's the only way I could see Rashad taking the title, or else he just gets dominated. Or Rampage clipping him, because I don't see Rampage really. I don't know. Rampage has looked weird in his last fights. Like, he didn't look bad, and he looked pretty good, but I don't know. I know he's not going to be afraid of Jon Jones. I think what makes that fight interesting to me. I think he just kind of get in there, try to do his own thing, and I don't think he'd be afraid of Jon Jones. So, I think Rampage and Rashad both pose the best threats to beat him. Machida, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't really see him beating Jon Jones. Jon Jones really, I don't think anyone really has a good chance of beating him in light heavyweight. Once he moves up to heavyweight, which I believe will happen in a couple of years, we'll see a lot. Maybe, I don't know, he'll probably just wreck it there too. But I don't really see anyone in MMA right now giving him a run for his money. So yeah. Last questions are from my boy Izzy. He's a great singing voice. As a shout out to you. He has a great voice, and he's probably he always keeps me up to date and tells me things on here. I really appreciate it, man. You're the one who keeps me making videos, bro. What do I feel is in store for Nate Diaz if he loses his next match with Takanori Gomi? This would put him on 3 consecutive losses, which seems to be the fatal fighting number. Or do you feel the money draw will have a role in saving him from being booted? To be honest, I didn't know Nate Diaz got paid that much, bro. I know I think people like seeing his fight. People like seeing arrogant assholes fight. And saying that, I actually still like Nate Diaz saying that. But, I mean, he's a little asshole, man. Like in the Marcus Davis fight or something, like you go out touch gloves, he's like, "Oh man," he's talking shit to you the whole time. He's a little dick. And I don't think he's gonna lose to the Gomi. I don't see Gomi catching him, and I see him peppering Gomi the whole fight and probably taking a 3rd round submission. So, yeah, he definitely could get cut, but he did win tough. And I've seen if Matt Brown gets 3 losses in a row in another fight to prove himself, I think they should do it to Diaz. If not, I don't understand why, because I know most people who actually know something about MMA at my school or something. No one knows who Matt Brown is. So, yeah. And the last question is, do you think Christine Cyborg uses duct tape? If you mean what I think you mean, and she's got a penis, probably, bro. She could powerbomb Tito Ortiz. She looks scary in the thing. I think she definitely is using some type of anabolic steroid. Something scary. No one's that ripped, or maybe she just eats raw eggs and shit and trains like Rocky. I don't even know. But yeah, something's not right there. Maybe she has I saw this thing on like History Channel or something where you have like both chromosomes and like you're a girl, like you have a vagina, but you're actually like a man. If that makes any sense, but maybe she's that. Maybe she has a hidden penis inside her, if that makes any sense. Thanks you guys for all the questions. Was glad to see a good amount of questions for my video. I only have like 38, 37 subscribers, but yeah, waiting for the big 4-0. Hopefully if you guys see this, you can still leave me a question, and I'll gladly answer it for you guys. I'll give you a little shout out. I'll say 4, and I'll put your little username. And yeah, that could be pretty cool. Don't feel left out if you actually want to post something on here and you didn't get a chance to. Just post it on the other video or send me a message. Thanks to everyone. It was actually my birthday just happened, so that's another reason I've been busy. I just turned 16, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I got my whip. I'll actually show a video of that later. And a lot of stuff's going on, but thank you guys. I just turned 16. Thank you guys all for watching my video. I know it's not too many of you, and I don't try to get people from school to watch me, because I know most of them don't really know shit about MMA or really like enjoying me talk. So I don't know. I really like the subscribers I have. I'm loyal, I guess. I'm glad. I hope you guys all watch me and actually like my videos. Give me a thumb up, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Peace. Later.